The video. You test, 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 test. How's that? Any better? Seems to be quite a high level. Let me know if that's improved the microphone volume. Anybody at all? Okay. The person who told me might have wandered off to go and to pastures new. I'm not sure. Corey. Oh, hey Corey. Right. So I'm starting and stopping this timeline. Now we'll check this works. Compile. Save. Someone please tell me if my mic's loud enough. And play from here. So when I overlap it, it starts doing this ridiculous high-speed thing. And when I get off, it stops doing this ridiculous high-speed thing. Okay, you didn't stop. You didn't stop at all, in fact. Why haven't you stopped? Okay, well, let's assume that something's screwed up here, okay? I really hate this so much. It's just awful code. Okay, so let's just... yak. Let's just get rid of that, okay? Because sometimes... that can go as well. Go away, go on. That can all go away, all of it. So we're literally starting from scratch here, okay? I don't know what this is. Ragdoll. No, that can flip away as well. There we go. Okay then, so all we've got here are two components. On component begin overlap, on component end overlap. Now our system itself, let's have a look at it. It should be fairly simple. So we've got this. Okay, this is the bar. I presume this just goes up and down. Yep. It doesn't even have a name, so let's call it spinny blades. Okay, that's fine. Now box, well, that's just a collision, so I'll call this collision, which I'll spell correctly. Collision cube. And this we will call the let me see, chat base. It just makes things easier for us, okay? And this is the capsule of death. Just so that we know that when that capsule bangs into someone, it's gonna, you know, kill them. Just make it obvious for them. Okay, so next, what we're going to do is work out what we're going to make this thing do. Because now, if I click play, it's going to do absolutely nothing. Okay, so if I play from here, I can walk up to it, walk into it, walk around it, walk through it. It won't kill me, it won't move up and down, it won't do a damn thing. Obviously, we want to correct that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make this thing go up and down. So if I go over to my event graph, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a function, okay, because that'll make it easy for me. I can repeat functions over and over and over again. So if I go to my functions, and in here I'm going to pull out a new function. I'm going to call this repeating spike bar movement. Okay, just simply because I'm doing it on the thing, I'll do it verbose, and that's what I'm calling it. Compile and save. So now what I can do is I can literally use this to make a sequence, okay, repeating spike bar movement. So if I get my viewport and look at the position of this, and I can see its location is 0, 0, 0. Brilliant. So what I need to do now is go and change this to, let's see, what would its negative value be? Oh, look at that, negative, let's say about negative 180, which is ideal really. So there we go, I'm going to make this negative 180. So go to my event graph, and what I'm going to do is get my spinny blades, and I'm going to put a move in. So move component 2. Okay, so I'm going to take the target relative location here and make this minus 180. I'm going to do it over, let's say, 3 seconds. I'm going to ease in, ease out, so it's not just going to jut it up, jut it down, jut it up, jut it down. Okay, so this is the move component here. When it's finished, then it has to come back up again. So what I'm going to do is Control C, like so, and let's go into our repeating spikes, spinny blades, here they are. Now interestingly, you'll see here, move to. It won't let me do a move to, because a function can't contain anything that has delays or things like that running inside it. But what we can do is not use a function at all then. What we could do is we can get our function to call an event. So let me see, custom event. Okay, and we shall call this spike movement. Oops, daisy. Spike movement 1. Hope you like clacky keyboards, by the way, because mine's really clacky. Okay, compile and save. So let's go into our repeating spike bar movement. Inside this, I can now look for my new repeating spike bar movement. Okay, so I'm just calling it repeating spike bar. I just called myself. Hang on a sec. Spike movement 1. Sorry. There we go. I thought it. I was just calling myself. So this will call spike movement 1 every time this function is called, which seems kind of redundant, but of course in the event graph I can now use all the things that I couldn't use before. So if I come over here, I can now grab this, connect it to here, so move component to here, and then let me see, move component to there. When it's completed, let's say delay it for a second. So delay. And then after the delay, we're going to go from here all the way back into return. Okay, so just clean this up a bit. So just clean my nodes. Okay, now I want a little bit of logic in here because I only want this to do this the once. So I'm going to go through here, hit the delay, go back through again, stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make basically a simple kind of a flip-flop. So let me see. What I'll do is I'll create a variable. I'm going to call this var working storage. Oh, that looks like var plus working storage. Not sticking with that. Var working storage. It's a boolean. Let's just save this and compile. So in my var over here, let's get it, read the value of it. Let me see, put a branch in, connect these together. Right, so if this is false, it'll go down here. If it's true, we're going to set var ws. Right, so as long as this is false, it'll go through the delay. So once it's gone through this delay, I need another one of these sets here, Control C, Control V, just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to set that to there. So let me just move this. There's a node here. There we go. Okay, so false comes through, check it to true. Next time it'll go through here instead. Won't run this. Okay, so let me see. Once it stops, find WR, yeah, true, set. Okay, and when it comes through from the empty movement over here, this is where I'll ensure that it's set to 0 for each launch. So set, and that'll be set to off, so it'll always get a full loop before it goes round. Okay, next, stretch. Let's go back up a little bit. So I need to basically put this sequence in a slightly easier to read box. So I'm just going to comment it. Comment event to make bar go up and down. And I'm going to give that a nice colour. Those colours are nice and they look pretty. There we go. And just move this over here. Excellent. So what should happen now is I can call a event by timer, or I can call a function by timer. So here's the function I'm going to call, repeating spike bar movement, which for the sake of brevity I'm going to call spike bar, or bar func. I think bar func's probably a better name. Now we can see over here bar func, yep, it's fine, good. So just in case I need to call a sequence of events, I'm going to type in a sequence. Okay, Okay, then I can call off another event once I've kicked this off. This is going to timer by function name. So set timer by function name. The function name, this is the reason that I changed the name just a second ago, is bar funk. It's like Art Garfunkel, but bar funk. It's going to be looping, and this is how long to wait before executing it. Okay, so bar funk. Now that's going to come up here. It's going to call spike movement, and this takes a grand total of 3. Wait 1, 3, so that's 7, and then 1, which is 8. Okay, so what's going to happen is it's going to, soon as it comes in here, you know, and we overlap it, it's going to call this function. Now we're going to put a start delay in of 2 seconds with an initial start delay variance of up to 4 seconds, because god damn it, do I like some variance. Okay, just makes things a bit random. We do like a little bit of randomness. Okay, let's have a look and see what happens. So play from here. As I step over it, absolutely nothing's happening at all. Brilliant, that was exactly what I wanted. Wasn't what I wanted. Now let's see what I completely forgot to do and why I forgot to do it. Spinny blades are supposed to be moving, so I'm going to move this up here so I can check. Not that one. I can check that this is working. So play from here. Nothing is actually making the event try and kick off. Nothing. Now let's go down here. Okay, I've got my blueprint here and I'm just looking at it just to see if anything happens, because there's an overlap, and the overlap should be setting timer by function name. Okay, so that should be kicking that off, but it isn't. So something is happening in the function bar funk, and all bar funk's job is to call spike movement 1. Orcs. Deleted. Okay, well let's give it a spike movement 1. Sorry, bar funk. Okay, we didn't like you anyway, bar funk. And instead, because you're having lots of fun watching me do stuff, let's just right click, set timer by event. Okay, so then 1, set timer by event. Let's just loop this up. There she blows. Time of 8 seconds. Looping. Okay, so we're going to call that event every 8 seconds. Compile, save. Let's see if this is prepared to do more than the last one did. Fingers crossed, children. Right, let's wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, goodbye. Well, that went. Well, shit. Life, eh? Never mind. I think I know what the problem was. And this is all to do with this part here. Okay, so move component 2. Target relative location. Let's change that instead to 0, just for funsies. Compile, save. And overtime 3. I don't think I set any delays on this one. This one should literally go straight away. Now it's got an 8-second timer on it, hasn't it? So let's set this to 0.1. So there's no warm up or wait. I think this could be problematic. Well, that's interesting. For some reason, it seems to be wanting to travel really, really slowly. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't complain about that. This slow movement's kind of fun. It's really going to slow people down and make them very annoyed, though. It makes you wonder why exactly. You know, I've got this horrible, horrible, horrible feeling. I don't want to admit it, but I'm probably going to have to do this as a flipping timeline just to make it more efficient. So let's just get rid of all this garbage. Goodbye. Okay, timeline. So I'm going to add a new timeline. There it is, and I'll bring this all the way down, that way you can see it. Okay, and we'll call this spiky bar movie thing, because it's annoying me, as you can probably tell. Okay, so spinny blades here. The spinny blades, I'm going to set location of these things. So let me see, I could say it's relative location, or I can set its world location. Relative location, world location. So look at relative, minus 100. And I'm just going to connect this directly to here. Okay, compile, save. Life. Yeah, I set that to time, but it was just moving slowly, and then I thought I should probably just use a timeline, to be honest. Wow, well, I wasted no time, didn't I? Okay, let's change this. I just want to change something. Okay. Interesting. So I'm guessing 30 for this one then. Now this is already at 180 in its relative location, so yeah, this makes more sense. Okay, that's a little bit higher, and I think that'd be right. So I'm going to say 40 units is our upper for this. And that kind of makes sense, because if I come into here and get my viewport, click on this, I can see it's at 237. So if I change this to 40, yeah, 237. Okay, so compile, save. So what I'm going to do is go to my event graph. I'm just going to make a note, 237, 35. I can adjust those anyway. So next, what I'm going to do is just move these parts here and here out of my way, and I can kill that, because I know what it needs to be set at. And oh hello, welcome back. Thought you'd fallen asleep. I don't know what that means, but okay, hang on. One mo. Right. Well, yeah, I'm eating a microphone. Right. Okay. I'm going to linear interpolate between two values. I'm going to do it over, let's say, 4 seconds. Make a track, add a float. I'm going to add 2 keys, so just shift and click twice, doesn't matter where. 0, 0. And how are we going to make this? 5 seconds, yeah, so 5, 1. Yeah, it's nice and slow. Okay, so I'll save that. It's going to change its name now. Lerp input. Go to my event graph. And now we do a linear interpolate. But in order to linear interpolate, let me see, lerp. I don't really want to use a colour for it, do I? Hang on. It's supposed to put lerp down when I press L and... oh, never mind. I'm sure I'm going mad. I know that. Are you eating things, darling?
What?
Are you eating something yummy? Literally forgotten how to do this overnight. Right, so I'm going to lerp a vector then. Great. Okay. 2, 3, 3. 40. Are you finding delicious things, darling? What did you find to eat, darling?
Me?
Yes. I heard you making yum yum sounds.
It's a piece of cheese.
Oh, lovely.
And then I had 2 crackers and 2 biscuits
Oh, goodness.
and chocolate.
Well, that sounds lovely. Did you
Do
enjoy
want
it?
the same things?
Pardon?
Do you want that too?
No, I probably shouldn't really. You can, though.
I've had it now.
Exactly. Oh, I found your phone. It was on the sofa.
Are you coming up this
I am. I'm just finishing this bit of code to make that spin round and round. And then I'm coming. Okay.
Are you making more doodads, Chris?
I am. I'm making doodads, darling. I needed some, so doodads are happening.
This is Chris. He likes making doodads. Give it a spin. Woo! It does something flashy.
Unfortunately, that is the point of video games, is that they should look nice.
10 years later, this is Chris. He still likes making doodads. His game's not released. Woo! It has no plot. Woo!
It does have plot, darling. That was very sarcastic indeed.
30 years later, this is still Chris. He's like making doodads, more of the doodads. His game's just a big doodad.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, I'm just going to finish these fucking bits. God almighty.
Rest in peace, the man that made the doodad.
Right.
You
It's
say
not.
I like shiny things, but fuck's sake.
It's not a doodad, darling.
Crispy and the doodads. What real purpose do they have? They're a distraction.
They're literally part of the game. They're part of the game. If the game is just a simple straight line, okay, where you say, hi, I'd like you to walk all the way over there, please, and so they just do, and there's nothing
Do until
happening.
an adventure happens. We're talking.
Yeah, that's the point of the adventure. It can't all just be talking.
Where you talk about the doodad, you walk up to somebody, go, hello.
Yes.
Do you know what that doodad is? And
Do you know what that
they,
is, though?
And they say, I haven't got a fucking clue. And then that one goes, oh, go and touch it there. And you touch it and you die. And then you're like, alright, so I know not to do that. Walk on. Hello, hello.
What
Do you know what that
are
is?
you going on about?
What's that there? And then the
Have you
character
had
goes,
too much chocolate?
the character goes, I don't know, it's a doodad. It's what the programmer made. And he goes, I don't think we should touch it this time because the last time I did it died. I'm like, yeah, next time. What's that? Oh, I don't know. Is that a doodad? Yes, it's another doodad. Do you think if we touch it, it'll make the ghost die? Yes, it will.
They don't all make people die, darling. Some are really useful.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's going to be discussions all the way along about what doodads. Is that a building? Yes. What did the programmer do? Oh, I built that.
To be honest,
building.
if people are talking about it, that's half the battle
There
won,
you go,
really,
there's
isn't
a
it?
story. It's about whether or not to touch the doodads, Chris.
Jesus Christ, woman.
Don't touch the doodad. We don't know. We don't know what the doodad. That isn't that life. Walking around, it's like, look. Ooh, touch this. What's this do?
Having a moment,
It's
aren't
a
you?
doodad. What
You
does
are.
it do? I don't know. It's a box.
Do you want to go and get the film ready? Would that be good?
I'm waiting for you. I like to interact with you apart from
Yeah, I've noticed that.
doodads.
But somebody fell asleep, didn't she?
Yeah, well,
Well, what?
listening about Hitler and meth was fucking so silly. I fell asleep.
It was a great evening. Well, all you've got to do is let me finish this one piece of code to make the thing go up and down, and then I'll be
You want the
upstairs.
doodad to go down.
That's...
Oh my
God,
god.
you are so annoying.
Watch.
And you know...
This is a doodad, right?
Fuck's sake. Doing exactly.
This one, don't put it in your mouth, it gives you brain cancer.
Yeah, I didn't. I think Thorn nicked it all.
So you just drink it all anyway. These doodads are not good.
Yeah,
They've got a shiny label and a big corporation behind them that knows that.
I'm glad I don't get many listeners when I'm like streaming and broadcasting my work, to be quite honest.
This is a doodad, not good. This is a trap. This is like electricity for your brain. This is like Mecha Hitler meth.
Yeah, you've definitely had too much chocolate.
That's because they put a shiny wrapper on the chocolate, didn't they?
Which chocolate did you eat?
That, as you know, is one that contains lactose.
I see.
It's the orange one with the shiny orange on the front, and I like the colour orange, so I'm going to put it in my mouth like a retard, aren't I?
Yeah, you probably will.
Because there's no nice lactose-free chocolate. Or if there is, I haven't seen any yet. Oh my god, I've seen 2 fluffy doodads.
Are they the silly dogs that are sitting on the floor?
With those 2 doodads.
Yes, we can very easily interact with them just by offering them more food. They really like food. A lot.
Is the doodad doing anything, Chris?
Well, I'm having a look at it right now to see if it's doing anything.
Oh, come on, it looks like it's out of a stage magician.
I swear to God, okay. The evidence.
David Copperfield would be underneath that, wouldn't he?
The evidence.
Doing a trick.
The evidence of your murder is going to be literally this broadcast.
Oh, come on, it does. It looks like something off David Copperfield's fucking stage set, where he puts his young assistant underneath it on the table and says, "Ooh, it's gonna chop our head off."
Yeah. I can. Right.
My knees are amazing. Give them a bend. Woo! They move just like raisin.
Terrifying.
What? I'm going with
Right, that actually went down, so that's a good thing. Who's the derpy face? You know, I'm getting less and less tempted to after that mentality.
What?
All I wanted
It's not my fault it looks like it was on a David Copperfield stage.
All I want to do is make this go up and down. That is literally it.
What?
Yeah, like that. Okay, if I could just make this go up and down, okay, it'll be like all my dreams come true.
Why?
It just will.
Can't you make a great big asteroid that comes down?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, let's face it, you'd be making tornadoes.
Yeah, well that wasn't for this gig, this was for something else, darling.
Nothing funnier than watching like Leonardo DiCaprio have to look serious.
You know, I just... you know?
He's starting to look like everyone's favourite dad now.
Yeah, I can believe that.
But he can't always look like he's stuck on the Titanic with what's a face.
True.
Young and dynamic. Not sinking fast enough to save Kate Winslet.
Someone's woken up full of vim and eaten lots of chocolate and is now extra vimmy. Am I correct in this assumption?
Where's David Copperfield? Can you put him underneath and squish him?
No, darling.
No!
No, I cannot.
He's dead. Oh. Is it stuck?
It went down.
Go back up.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Or are you just crushed?
I'm a bit crushed.
Why?
because it should be
Spikes
working.
have crushed the person at the bottom.
Yeah.
Can you do a reverse now?
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to get to work. For some reason,
Do a loop.
my brain is not working because someone is talking. And it's
Give it
you.
a lick.
See what I mean?
Oh, it tastes just like raisins.
Now you're singing about a horse meme from several years ago.
Someone told me that's all about piss and stuck in horses' willies,
Yeah, that's literally what the song's about.
but it's not.
No, Amanda, it literally is what the song's about.
Why would somebody write that? It's such a catchy song. You could actually write that song to actually sell like real products in the world because it's so catchy.
Well,
Why would they do it about something that you're not supposed to do? This is my dog. My dog is amazing. Give it a squeeze. It tastes just like pillows.
yes.
It feels just like pillows.
What does?
The dog. I'm doing an advert for Japanese chins. Frog's in his house. Or is he outside of his house? asleep?
I think he's in his house, darling. Because
What's
it's
he doing
midnight.
in his house?
Right, it is impossible to concentrate.
What's he doing in his house?